Hello, good people of the YouTubes. Mountbatten here again with another talking video, and I really need to come up with a name for this series, but yeah, you'll figure it out when I come up with one. Anyway, by the name of the video, you probably already know what this is about, and this is high explosives and water warships. Is it a problem? Now, the cruiser and destroyer high explosive, I would say no, it's not a problem. Because that's, you're in this huge hunk of metal that's got armor everywhere, and that's the only way their tiny guns can do any damage to you is with high explosives. They also have torpedoes, and if you're not a wimp, ramming. But anyway, that's not really a problem except for maybe a couple of ships like the Zhao and our favorite spammer, the Atlanta. But you don't run into those ships every day, thank God. Unless matchmaking really hates you. I'm talking about Battleship high explosive. And not just any Battleship line high explosive, the British Battleship high explosive. It is ridiculous. It is infecting the minds of other Battleship players that for some reason, even with like 2,000 games, 3,000 games, there's the main offender right there, the Conqueror. Anyway, I was saying it's infecting other Battleship players' games, Battleship players' minds. And like I've looked up these people's stats, they have 2,000 battles, 2,000 battles. I've seen someone with 6,000 battles, HE spamming in Montana. And I get Montana does have a pretty good chance of fire on the HE shells, but still, like in situations which other ships are broadside to them, they just keep HE spamming. And it's really annoying. It's not like an isolated incident either. I've had several cases of this happen to me when, I've died and then they're hanging back at the edge of the map, spamming high explosive at everything. Now, back to the Conqueror. They nerfed the wrong thing, the Conqueror. I don't know why they nerfed what they did. The lull heal, I kinda get, but that also broke the way that I played it. I played it as a brawler where I would use that heal as like a steroid shot to survive brawling with ships that, I probably shouldn't be brawling with, but it worked. You can see that in my British Battleship video when I completely delete a Yamato from point-blank range by using the 18-inch guns on the Conqueror, because you get great penetration up close with those AP shells. But they nerfed it, so I can't play it like that. I've barely played Conqueror since they nerfed it. But they didn't nerf the high explosive. So all the Conquerors you see now, they're hanging back, just spamming high explosive at you and your big, beautiful Yamato. And it's annoying as heck, because I can't catch them in a Yamato. They're in my range, but they can get out of it in a couple of seconds. By the time I have the second salvo off, they're gone, because they have a higher top speed than me, and their concealment's great too. So it's like, what can I do? Well, the only real thing you can do about it is run, which you can't in the Yamato, or a Courier First, or a Montana, because he has the same top speed as you, and he disappears in between salvos. Or you can do what I've kind of been forced to do and play Iowa a lot more, which, I love Iowa, no problem there, but it's upsetting that Iowa's the only real battleship that I believe can deal with Conqueror, because it's the only battleship that can chase Conqueror down, because it's faster than Conqueror. And it's like, destroyers can take KO Conqueror too, so can CVs if most of their AA is down. But that destroyer would have to spend a lot of the map creeping around the edge of the map trying to get close to the Conqueror when they could be capping and spotting and such. So it's like, I don't know why Wargaming hasn't decided to normalize the HE on Conqueror. And they could have left the hill alone, honestly. I was okay with it. Even fighting against it, I could, when the British Battleships first came out, I deleted a Conqueror with Courier First. I just drove straight toward it, and like I do with everything in Courier First, because it's an amazing ship. And I just shoved my broadside into his broadside, and he died, and I lived. So that's just my thoughts on that. But so what they need to do is they either need to change the way burning works, because I used to, if I had two fires, I would put it out. And with the recent introduction of the British battleships, I've had to wait for 3 fires to put it out, and only maybe then if I'm at low health. Because I know if I can't get out of Conqueror's range within that time, I'm just gonna get set on fire again. And I like playing high tier. I like the ships. I like the power they have. So that's where I play at. But a lot of it's ruined by Conqueror. I just unlocked Yamato. And Yamato's just one big fat pile of metal and wood that Conqueror can set on fire and just milk for damage. And its damage control has become such an important part of playing battleships now. I mean, it was before, but even now it's just like, whoa, you need that. I will sacrifice my heals in order just to stave off the burning damage rather than using damage control. Because that's the only surefire way to stop the burning. And flooding too. I used to be afraid of torpedoes more than fires, and that's completely flopped now. I'll gladly eat torpedoes instead of getting set on fire. And it's messed up that it's, in my opinion, it's messed up that it's come to that, but it's come to that. It's kind of a rant / discussion video, so let me know what your opinions on the current state of HE and what Warships is. So the solution to playing in this current meta is you have to go full anti-fire build for battleship players. You have to go full anti-fire build now. So all of my captains on all of my ships are pretty much exactly the same. Or they will be once I unlock enough points to have them all the same. Superintendent, you need that for the hill. You need basics of survivability. I don't know all their names by memory, but every skill that can allow you to have damage control faster, you need it. It's just such a, I unlocked the Yamato and I heard all this great stuff about it, but every time I play it, it's just an HE magnet. And it's causing, this current HE meta is causing a lot of battleships that shouldn't be sitting back to sit back and wait for, the HE spamming ships to hopefully be killed, but they can't be killed because you have a lot of battleships sitting in the back. Like, I've seen a lot of Curve First just sitting in the back now, just hoping someone will sink the Conqueror or the Lion or the Atlanta or the Zao or the Khabarovsk. And that causes, a lot of games to be lost because they're just sitting back there, and then most of their team dies, and then they're all that's left, and they get focus fired and die. But it's just such a sad state for battleships right now. And I've heard that that Wargaming is trying to cull the battleship population because there's so many of them, and I don't think this is the right way to do it. Because by making a whole line just frustrating, it's just frustrating to play, that's not going to fix anything. Because if someone really likes playing battleships, they're not going to, no, I feel like playing cruiser today, because my battleship catches on fire every 2 seconds. No, they're just going to stop playing. I don't know what Wargaming's thinking. It's just such a mess right now for battleships. I still enjoy the game because you do get those games without Conquerors. Thankfully, the most I've seen is 2 Conquerors in a game, and they were opposing teams. Now, if you get a whole line of Conquerors on the other team, you're just done if you're in a battleship. Speaking of HE spammers, look, it's Atlanta. Do I sink him here? No, I think that guy sinks him. Nope. Nope. And then there's a destroyer right there about to torpedo me. Anyway. I don't know why, I know I've said this like 5 times in this video, I don't know why Wargaming does what they do. But Just let me know what you guys think should happen to HE. Now, I know, like I said at the start of this video, Cruiser HE and Destroyer HE, I'm fine with that. I understand. But Battleship HE, it's just, I don't think it's right. Battleship shouldn't be spamming HE. They should be spamming AP. Because to me, a battleship's something that's supposed to like go toe to toe with other battleships and slog it out. You know, that's why I like the Germans so much, because they're really good at that. And you know, I just spend all this time grinding to the Yamato just to have it get burned out from under me every match. Like seriously, I think I've taken. There was one match I only took 2,000 damage from AP. The rest was HE, and I was in that match for a long time too. I didn't die early on. I think I died around 4 minutes left in the match. And it's, here I get a little derpy in the Iowa. I'm like, oh crap, the other teams behind me, I need to turn around. And then I forget that Iowa has a giant turning radius. But yeah, I'm burning nicely in this clip anyway, because I do deserve it, because I did goof up. Anyway, that's my opinion on HE. It's just kind of, it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth after unlocking the Yamato, which is supposed to be such a godly ship. And it can be, and it is at times. But with the current state of Battleship HE, and HE in general, it's just, So let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. And share this video, because I want to get a lot of people's opinions. I know I don't have that many subscribers, I don't reach that many people, but just trying to do what I can. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.